Huh, huh, huh. Yeah, welcome back, baby. I am your host, Ellie, and this is Stay Locked In Podcast, episode 4. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Go in and hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and come and fuck with your boy, man. Ellie, limited edition, man. So we got episode 4. We're gonna get straight into it. And episode 4 is 9 to 5 jobs versus business ownership, pros and cons. So I'm gonna tell you the pros and cons between what's the good parts and the bad parts of a 9 to 5, and what's the good parts and bad parts of being a business owner. Some people don't have too much knowledge of what's the steps and what to look for if you want to be a business owner. So hopefully I can give you a little bit game. I'm not gonna give you all of it. I'm gonna give you a couple, maybe 3 or 4 pros and cons for each job, 9 to 5 job and business ownership. So we're gonna get into it. But before we get into it, go and hit that like button, go and hit the subscribe button, and come and holler at your boy, man. Stay locked in. LE Podcast, man. Go on and do that for your boy, man. You know, I tell everybody, man, I ain't here for the likes, man. I'm here for the knowledge. So this is what it's all about, man. I got more credit in the streets than in social media, but I fuck with y'all, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. But we're going to get into it, man. Episode 4, stay locked in. 9 to 5 jobs versus business ownership, pros and cons. So we're going to get into it. So we're going to get into the pros of a 9 to 5 job. Basically, a 9 to 5 job is basically putting in 8 hours, 9 a.m. to 5 o'clock. For the people who don't understand 9 to 5. So the pros of a 9 to 5 job, meaning the good parts of a 9 to 5 job. So the first one is consistent checks, week by week or bi-weekly. And bi-weekly is every 2 weeks. When you're doing a 9 to 5 job, most likely you're putting in 40 hours for a week, 8 hours for 2 weeks, and that money always come through. As long as you're going to work, you're going to always have that consistent check, and you can always put that in your financial, because you go to work. 2, health benefits and dental benefits working with a company, a 9 to 5 company. Some companies have good benefits. They match your 100 with they 100. They match $50 with your 50, depending on what kind of plans they have for the companies. So it's good for people that don't have their own personal insurance. You get with a 9 to 5 company, they can hook you up with some good insurance plans, and hopefully it's in your budget. 3, a 9 to 5 job, it helps you and it trains you to be your own business owner if you're trying to go beyond a 9 to 5 job and have a career as a business owner. So when you're doing your 9 to 5, always look at the structure of how they succeeding and how they failing. So 3, a 9 to 5 job train you to be a good business owner and a bad business owner if you want to go and have business ownership. So and 4, for pros for 9 to 5, some companies have a retirement payout, meaning you put a certain amount of time in the company, and they have some money they put up for your retirement. So that's one benefit of having a 9 to 5 job and working with a company for long term. They give you a retirement payout. I'm not saying you can live off that retirement payout, but it's better than nothing. Some companies don't even offer that. So that's 4 things, 4 pros of having a 9 to 5 job. I'm gonna repeat it. 1, having consistent checks, consistent pay, weekly, bi-weekly. 2, having great health benefits and dental benefits. 3, having a 9 to 5 train you the right structure to succeed if you want to be a business owner. And 4, retirement payout. I'm not saying it could you can live off of it, but companies don't have to give you a retirement plan. They don't have to give you a retirement payout. So that's the 4 pros of 9 to 5. So we're gonna jump into the cons of a 9 to 5. But before we do that, go on and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, make some comments below the video, and let me know what you think of the pros for the 9 to 5. And if you've been thinking about what you want to do in the next couple of years or the next couple of weeks. So let me give you the pros and cons. Let me give you the cons of the 9 to 5. But hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, make some comments, and support your boy. For me, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't really care for support, but I appreciate the support. You know what I mean? I don't really care for it, but I appreciate it. So everybody that been rocking with me since episode 1, man, I appreciate y'all. And you know who you are. So let's get into the cons of the 9 to 5, man. Yeah. So the cons of a 9 to 5 basically meaning the bad parts of being a part of a 9 to 5 job. So the first one I would say, and everybody should relate, the company have the power to fire you or lay you off whenever they want for whatever circumstances. That's kind of stressful going to work, and you could be in a good mood and come and find out, the company is going in bankruptcy, or they got to do a 20 employee cutoff and you're on the list and they didn't give you no heads up. So that's one of the things that I do worry about, working a 9 to 5, going to work and getting a little pink slip saying, we thank you for your service. We got to make some cuts, or you ain't doing what you're supposed to do at work. So number one, the company got the ability to lay you off or fire you when they need to. So number two of the cons of having a 9 to 5 job, the low hourly pay. Having a 9 to 5 job, they're not most of them not gonna pay you what you're worth. So you gotta be very careful of how much time and effort you put in. You could put in 110% and you still don't get the raise or the hourly rate that you want. So just be careful of how much time and effort, or how much of your lifestyle you're gonna put on hold for a hourly pay that is probably not even worth it. But you got to do what you got to do. Number three of cons of having a 9 to 5. Some people might not have this experience, but I know I've seen people have this experience, and I had this experience. Some companies be late on checks, dealing with paychecks for the employees. Some of them don't even let you know it's having some financial problems. So it's hard dealing with companies that be late on the checks. They don't tell you until the Friday payday, or be behind 2 checks. I've been through something like this, so it's hard. So that's one of the things of cons of working a 9 to 5. If it's not really legit. Even big companies have bankruptcy or some financial issues, or somebody didn't put in the payroll in time. So just be careful. So and that's 3 of the cons of having a 9 to 5. So I'm gonna repeat them. One, the company having the power to lay you off and fire you at any time they want. 2, low hourly pay rates. 3, possibility late paychecks without giving you a heads up. So I'm gonna give you the breakdown of the pros and cons of a 9 to 5 real quick. So just to get a little recap. So for the pros of 9 to 5, consistent paycheck, great benefits, health and dental. It train you to be a good business owner, a good retirement payouts. That's for the pros. The cons for the 9 to 5, the company is able to lay you off or fire you when they want to. That's very stressful. Low hourly pay rate. Most likely you're not getting paid what you're worth. 3, some companies be late on their paycheck. So that's the pros and cons of the 9 to 5. So just think about what I said and stay locked in and make the best choice. So I want you to hit the subscribe button once again, man, before we get into the pros and cons for the business ownership. As you see, I got my business shirt on. My business name is Personal Propane. I've been doing this for 25 years. I went to school for it. I went to school for trade school. I learned the business as I went. I always pay attention to the good, the bad. I've been trained with 50-year-old vets, so I got a lot knowledge in my mind before I stepped out and went business. So I did 18 years of working 9 to 5, and at the same time doing my 18 years, I was doing my business after work, on the weekends, even right after work. So for the last 6 years, I've been full time in it, and I like it. So appreciate y'all rock with me. Like I say, man, this is Stay Locked In Podcast, LE Limited Edition, episode 4. Pros and cons of having a 9 to 5 versus being business ownership. So we're going to get into the pros and cons of being a business owner. So if you're thinking about being a business owner, just think about what I say. So the pros for being a business owner is, the first thing that everybody pretty much expect is the amazing payout. It's great pay when you're running your own business. Nobody's not going to pay you like yourself, so you pay yourself what you're worth, but make sure you're doing the right things to get that payout. So everybody always want to have a business, and because they know what the money brings with that business. So just make sure you're doing the right things to have that full payout. And that's number one, man, the full payout. Number two, you make your own schedule being a business owner. The pros of having a business and being a business owner, you can make your own schedule. You schedule around your life, you schedule around your kids, you schedule around the clients. You go in early, you can come in at lunchtime, you can go in after you drop your kids off. That's one of the main, besides the money part, that's one of the key things of being a business owner and having being an entrepreneur, man. You're able to schedule your own work schedule. So number 3, you can't fire yourself unless you fucking up. So it's no stress going to work, man. You should be happy knowing that you signed a deal, and hopefully you sign that deal confident because that's what you signed the deal for, because you know you're going to finish the job. So it's always a good feeling coming to work knowing you control of your money flow. You able to fire yourself if possible, or the client's gonna fire you. But going to work knowing you don't work for nobody but yourself is a great feeling. And one of my favorite ones, for the last one, we're gonna go with 4 for the pros for being a business owner. I'm able to sign a big multi-year contract, multiple $1 million contract, because I'm licensed, I'm insured, I have workman comp. So that part of being a business owner is one of the best ones, man. You able to sign $1,000 contract, $1 million contract, but hopefully you able to complete these jobs, because everybody can sign a contract, but can you finish it? Can you complete it? Can you do the job without getting sued? So that's 4 pros of being a business owner. So if I'm gonna repeat them. 1 is the amazing payout for pros of being a business owner. 2, you make your own schedule. You schedule around your lifestyle. 3, you can't fire yourself unless you're screwing up on the job site. And 4, man, you able to sign big contracts, $1 million contracts, $1,000 contracts. So that's 4 pros of being a business owner. And everybody, it's like rolling the dice, man. You just, hopefully you confidence in yourself. So once again, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, make some comments, and let me know what you're thinking about what I'm saying. Some people's already business owners, some people 9 to 5, just let me know what you think. But hit the subscribe button. This is LE Stay Locked In Podcast, episode 4, 9 to 5 jobs versus business ownership. So let me tell you the cons of being a business owner. and the cons are the bad parts of being a business owner and being an entrepreneur. One, it's not really bad, but you're responsible of the job. No matter if it's good or bad, if y'all messed up the job or y'all did the perfect job, you're responsible of the job. You're the one signed the contract. You're the one that told the clients, we're going to get it done. So if some people call in, somebody get COVID, somebody having some baby mama drama, somebody got drunk the night before, and you told these people that you're gonna be done tomorrow, you're gonna have to take your shoes, you're gonna have to take your business clothes off and get to work. So me, I'm an active owner. All my businesses that I do, I'm on the job site. So I let my employees know I get dirty, and just that's how I am, man. That's how I raise, man. It's hard for me to hire people and just watch them do the work. We gonna get in that with you. So the cons of being the business ownership: one, you're responsible for everything. Two, must you gotta remember to file important paperwork with the government, like your taxes, your annual reportings with the state. You just gotta be on that, man. That's one of the things that I didn't want to start my business, because I knew when I signed up I had to put these paperworks in. You got to do this every month. It's just a lot of extra stuff besides getting to the money and having 5-star customer service. So number two, you must file important paperwork with the government about your business. Number three, payroll and workman's comp, man. Sometimes it's hard to find the right payroll service and the right workman's comp service. And I just know, you get charged every time you cut a check weekly. So just get the information and what's best for you if you want to do it every week or every 2 weeks or every month. Me, I'm kind of smart. I just cut myself a check every month, so I don't have to do it every week or every 2 weeks. It just, they charge me every time I do payroll service. And the workman's comp is I think it's the most pricely, because it's very important. The workman's comp is basically, if you go on somebody's job site, the workman's comp is going to cover everybody and make sure you're okay, and it's not the clients are not responsible. So number three, payroll and workman's comp, are finding the right service for your price and your budget. And number four of cons of being a business owner, you're working crazy hours. Just like number one, you're responsible of getting the job done. So you might have jobs on top of jobs, and you need to finish this job. So sometimes you might do doubles and triples, and doubles are doing 2 shifts, or another 8 hours on top of 8. So that's two doubles, 8-hour shift and another 8-hour shift. So crazy hours, but the hours is worth it, man. So that's pretty much, I'm going to give you the rundown of the pros and cons from the beginning of being a business owner. So the number one pro for business ownership is amazing payout. Number two, you make your own schedule. Number three, you can't fire yourself unless you're screwing up. Number four, you're able to sign big contracts, $1,000 contract, $1 million contract. The cons of being a business owner: you're responsible of everything, no matter if it's going good or bad, good review or bad review. You're responsible. You're the face of the company. Two, you must file important paperwork with the government, taxes, and by the state monthly. So just be careful with that. Finding the right payroll and workman's comp service in your budget. And four, working crazy hours. You might be working early morning to late night, but it's worth it in the pay. So the moral of the story, man, it's your choice what you want to do, man. I just gave you some knowledge. If the pros and cons of having a 9 to 5, and the pros and cons of being the business ownership. So as you can see me, man, I'm full-time business ownership. I feel like it's the best thing for me. I don't get all kinds of schedule, first shift, night shift, all kinds of scheduling. The business ownership for me and the scheduling is great and it's amazing, but this is for me. It's not easy, you know. It's okay to have a 9 to 5, whatever you do to feed your family. But like I say, man, this is Ellie. Stay locked in. Episode 4, pros and cons of having a 9 to 5 job versus being business ownership. Man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. And one thing for sure, and two things for certain, stay locked in.